What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, talking this new Timelines Samurai 2-pack that was just revealed at New York Comic Con a few days ago at the time of this recording, Optimus and Starscream. So when I first saw this, I was like, what in the hell is this? These two bots look absolutely insane. What is Hasbro thinking here? What is the game plan? And I looked at the images, I watched what they were talking about with Evan and what he was saying for the inspiration of this. It sounds cool, and it looks cool. Like, this looks like a really solid 2-pack that I could get behind. I think these actually look better than the Hearts of Steel stuff that they did this year. Even though it's not based off of any fiction, this is something that I've been wanting Hasbro to do more often in the Transformers franchise in recent years, going more outside the box, creating new ideas, stuff that we used to see during G2, Beast Wars, Unicron Trilogy, the movie era, that you just don't see anymore with Hasbro Transformers, unfortunately. And they're starting to do it now with this Timelines subline, which I really like. Hopefully this branches out into more characters other than just the main 4 from G1. It would be nice to see other characters getting some unique designs and some more shine in this aspect of the brand. But who knows? Gonna have to wait and see on whether or not they expand this subline. I hope they do, because it's a really great idea. But the whole point of this video is, so looking at this 2-pack, it costs $59.99. That is the base MSRP for this pack that Hasbro stated. And, after tax and shipping, it's going to be around $70, give or take a few dollars. It's really going to be about $70 for this 2-pack, and these are both deluxes. Optimus is a deluxe, Starscream is a deluxe. It would have been nice if Optimus was a Voyager and Starscream a deluxe, or maybe making them both Voyagers, considering these are two characters, when we're going by traditional generations scaling, that they would both be at least Voyagers, and, at most leader class or maybe even commander class, going by the iteration and, of course, what they come with. So I think they're really doing the bare minimum in terms of pricing and size class with this Timelines subline, which is kind of unfortunate. I wish that they would do something more to scale with the rest of generations and what these characters are size-wise, especially when we're talking, the core 4 characters. Scream reference there. Optimus, Bumblebee, Starscream, and Megatron, you would think they would want to do stuff that actually scales, but they really don't for some reason. And this whole thing, I feel like it would be... I feel like it would just be better that way. I know it would be a bit more expensive. With how the prices are right now, it's a little overpriced because, 25 plus 25, that is 50, not 60. So for 2025 prices, they're $10 off. But for 2026, it seems like this is right on the mark. Or wait, no, deluxes in 2026 are going to be $27.99. So if you do the math on that, you're looking at almost $56, $55.98 for 2 deluxes next year. And my question is, where are they getting the extra $5 from? It's probably because of the packaging, or maybe them producing new tooling for exclusives. I don't know the exact reasoning behind adding an extra $5 to the price. If I had to assume, it would be that glorious, very gaudy packaging that they're doing for this Timelines subline. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the reasoning, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple reasons involved as to why the extra $5 are added onto this price. But that's not really too big of a deal. The whole thing is this truly worth $60, these 2 figures? And honestly, obviously, I'm just going by in-hand images that we saw at the convention, and I'm going by 3D stock photos and stuff like that. No one's got this figure in hand. Some people are probably going to start getting this in hand in a few months or something, or early next year. Going to have to wait and see on the timeline for that. Get that, pun intended. So I honestly don't know. I want to say it is worth it, just going by you're getting brand new molds that are exclusives to Hasbro Pulse. You're getting brand new ideas. It seems like you're getting figures that are really kind of made in a way that is a bit more solid than your typical deluxe, potentially. Just going by what I could see here, like there's not as much hollowness as you would see on your typical deluxe. The only thing that kind of bogs it down for me in terms of the whole new tooling and paying $60 for this is that it seems like Starscream is using the same engineering that we saw during Kingdom Air Razor and Rise of the Beast Air Razor, and then obviously, you know, with Pterosaur using that same body mold. I don't know if it's the same mold or if it's just shared engineering. I think this is probably just shared engineering, but I could be wrong on this. But I don't know. It definitely looks like they're using similar transformation joints for this Starscream here, which is unfortunate. I think that kind of bogs down the value of this. You know, the whole thing about what the Timeline's subline is, you know, you're getting brand new versions of these A-list characters redone in a way that you've never seen them before. So I feel like this kind of weighs that aspect of the subline down because, you know, you've already kind of seen this with deluxe class characters before with Air Razor and Pterosaur in the movie Air Razor. So I think that kind of brings the value down just a little bit in my opinion. I definitely do think Starscream is the weakest of the 2-pack here. Optimus, he looks real solid. Like, honestly, I didn't even think, when I first saw the images of this guy a couple days ago, I didn't even think he was a deluxe class. I low-key thought he was a Voyager. Like, he looks pretty solid. You could definitely see where the budget went to the most in this 2-pack. It seems like they were really trying to make Optimus as solid and sturdy looking and not cheap as possible. And, you know, Starscream kind of suffered from that. Because it seems like with the Hearts of Steel 2-packs, they were evenly distributed with, like, the budget or whatever. I don't know how that works, but that's how it looks. You know, all figures kind of had that same sort of hollowness and engineering and sort of cheapness all across the board. But when you look at this Optimus and Starscream 2-pack for next year, you could see that Starscream kind of suffered a little bit. You see a bit more hollowness with him. You see he's sharing engineering with previous characters and possibly even sharing parts. And then Optimus, he's a brand new mold, brand new engineering, less hollowness on him. So I don't know what went on behind the scenes in terms of, you know, doing that sort of give and take that you kind of see with this 2-pack here. It's kind of interesting to see because I didn't think they would do that. I just thought it would be more of like the same quality that we got with the Hearts of Steel 2-packs this year. But, you know, in terms of this being $60, I think if you really want brand new designs of these characters and something outside of the box that Hasbro's doing and seeing these characters in a way that we've literally never, ever seen before in the Transformers franchise in the last 41 years of its existence, I think you should go for it. I think it's worth it if you're that kind of person thinking this about this 2-pack right now. But if you're somebody that looks at this for $60 and is like, why are they adding the extra $5? Why is Starscream sharing the same engineering for like 5 other deluxes we've seen before the last 4 years? Why is Optimus a weird ox? Why isn't he some like, I don't know, train or something again from Japan? I don't know. But, you know, if you're somebody with thoughts going around your head like this, you probably should skip this. Me personally, you know, I'm somebody who's advocated on the channel for them to always try new ideas and to go outside the box more for modern Transformers media and figures. So I'm kind of all over this. I'm not going to lie. I probably will be getting this next year. I got to wait and see. I definitely like this 2-pack more than the Hearts of Steel stuff we got this year. But, yeah, guys, let me know down below. How do y'all feel about this new Optimus and Starscream Timelines 2-pack? Do you think it is worth the $60 or do you not? And, yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye!